Welcome to Tracy Erin Talks, where functional medicine meets personal development. You want to be living your best life, but the overwhelming amount of health information out there is confusing, and the way you think about yourself is keeping you stuck. You know you are meant for more. As a women's health specialist, my aim is to simplify and equip you with the tools you need to be beautifully balanced from the inside out. Welcome back to Tracy Erin Talks. Today, we are talking about something very near and dear to my heart, and that is coffee, specifically coffee on an empty stomach. So raise your hand if your morning looks like this. You roll out of bed, you pour that first glorious cup of coffee and call it breakfast. Well, you're not alone, but guess what? That innocent habit might be the reason your hormones are all out of whack. Let's talk about why your beloved morning coffee could be sabotaging your energy, mood, and overall health. As you know, I am Tracy Erin, your favorite hormone whisperer and women's health advocate. There's nobody coming to save you. The power is yours. Today on this podcast, we're diving into everything your body's been trying to tell you, specifically about balance, energy, and vitality. So we're going to break down why starting your day with coffee on an empty stomach might be the worst thing you can do for your hormones, and what to do instead to feel vibrant and unstoppable. So first things first, coffee is not the bad guy here. You're not going to find me telling you to stop drinking your coffee. That is unless we've done tests that say you should avoid it, unless you know that you have a sensitivity to it, that it changes the way that you feel when you drink it, okay? All those set aside, coffee isn't the bad guy, and I'm not going to be the practitioner who is asking you to set it down. It's warm, it's comforting, it gives you that quick jolt to start the day. I totally get it. I love my morning cup of coffee. Coffee feels like a hug in a mug, right? Well, the thing is that coffee triggers the natural release of cortisol, which is your stress hormone. It's that natural stimulant, right? Temporary boosts your alertness, gets you out of bed, gets your day going. So the problem isn't coffee itself, it's when and how you drink it. That's what I'm going to focus on. So the issue is what coffee does to your already fragile hormonal system when you drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. That is the problem. Okay. So as far as coffee on an empty stomach, it elevates that cortisol, like I just mentioned. Cortisol is already at its peak first thing in the morning. Okay. So when you have that first hit of coffee, it's going to elevate it even more. But here's the thing when it comes to hormone balancing, chronic cortisol elevation leads to blood sugar imbalances, weight gain, especially belly fat, and hormonal burnout. So without food, when we have that coffee on an empty stomach, it spikes that blood sugar temporarily, which, because there's no food in the stomach, is followed by a crash. Okay, imagine that, a strong peak and then a valley. This crash can cause irritability in the moment, fatigue, cravings for sugar, carbs later in the day, etc. If you are in my balanced hormone solution group and you're wearing a continuous glucose monitor, you see this firsthand. You see what coffee on an empty stomach actually does. And what's fascinating about wearing one of these is that you're able to correlate the way that you feel with what's happening in real time. That's why I absolutely love data. Okay. So what happens here is it's like building your day on a hormonal house of cards. What do I mean by that? Roller coaster, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's not how you would feel without this though, right? You are creating these peaks and valleys when you have that coffee on an empty stomach. So those mood swings and those headaches and that drop of energy, they didn't need to be there, right? So we're going to talk about what we do instead. But here we are. Coffee on an empty stomach also increases stomach acid. That makes sense, right? But when we have an increase of stomach acid without any food in the belly, it can lead to bloating or heartburn or gut inflammation over time. I have seen this time and time and time and time again. If you're somebody who deals with reflux, really, we need to look at adding your morning coffee into after your breakfast meal. Now, as far as the female hormones are concerned, that high cortisol over time is definitely going to suppress progesterone. Remember, progesterone, your calming, feel-good hormone. which is supposed to be dominant the second 2 weeks of the cycle. So if we have high cortisol, it's going to suppress that. We're not going to experience that calming, feel good effect from progesterone. Remember, your body prioritizes stress. So when cortisol is high, we're not going to be making progesterone. This imbalance alone can worsen symptoms of PMS, irregular periods, or even perimenopausal symptoms. So what do we do instead? How do we achieve hormonal harmony when we love and adore our morning cup of coffee? Pretty easy. Don't skip breakfast. Okay, eat something first. Ideally, protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Think eggs with avocado or a smoothie with almond butter and greens. Put something in your belly before that coffee hits. Also, timing is key. We want you to wait about 60 to 90 minutes after waking to have your coffee. This gives your body the chance to wake up and regulate its cortisol response naturally. Now, if you're in my balanced hormone solution, you know that I want you to wake up and get morning sunshine and get that morning walk in right off the bat, okay? Coffee, perfect when you get home from that. That's typically about 60 to 90 minutes later. You also need to swap out your sugary creamers. No. For something like unsweetened almond milk or full fat cream. You can add a little cinnamon too, which helps to stabilize blood sugar. I also love to add a scoop of collagen in, maybe some coconut oil, and that helps slow the absorption of caffeine. If you are one of those sensitivities, you have sensitivity to caffeine where you feel jittery right afterwards. Sometimes that can help with that. So first, I want you to hydrate. Start your day with a big glass of water. All right. It's bonus points for warm water with lemon oil from doTERRA. Let me know if you need help ordering that to regulate your cells and boost digestion. Okay. That's the ideal way to start. Wake up with that warm water, drops of lemon oil, get your morning sunshine and walk, come back, eat breakfast, then enjoy that lovely cup of coffee. Because listen, I am not here to take away your coffee. I'm here to help you enjoy it in a way that works with your body and not against it. Because small changes can make a big difference in how you feel every single day. But if you feel in general that you're stuck in survival mode, you're exhausted, you're fed up with the roller coaster energy, this is just one way that we can restore balance back to your life. I'm starting a new group, January 6th, 90-day Balanced Hormone Solution Program, where we're going to take a deep dive into everything that's keeping you from feeling your best with all the lifestyle activities you need to truly make a difference. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for that mug, ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today to set my hormones up for success? Okay? Your body and your coffee will thank you for it. All right. I'll see you next time on Tracy Erin Talks. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode with your coffee-loving besties. Leave a review if this resonated with you. And here is to sipping smarter and thriving every single day. Cheers, ladies.
Thank you for joining me today on Tracy Erin Talks. I hope you found today's episode enriching to your life. If you enjoyed today's content, would you consider subscribing to the podcast and leaving a review? That simple act helps this podcast get into the hands and ears of many more women just like you. Remember, anything you want and do not yet have will require a new set of beliefs, thoughts, actions, and a new you. I am honored to be on this journey with you as we wholeheartedly pursue true health and wellness in mind, body, and soul.